Hello everyone, welcome back. So as you can see, we are, well, maybe you can't tell where we are. We are in Outland. Yep, we're in Outland. We are in Zengramarsh, and we are trying to get to the Serpentshrine Cavern, which the first time I tried to do this, it took me a while to figure out where the entrance to this was. You'll notice that on the map here, because I have the handy notes thing that shows the dungeon locations, it shows the raids right here, but... And then I realized, oh wait, Naga. Maybe it's underwater. So, let's demount here and start to descend. Look at this, some kind of pipe. And you'll notice that this time we are playing my Blood Elf Demon Hunter. I just thought the connection was too good to pass up. Because this raid has to do with the Naga and our old friend from Warcraft 3, Lady Vash. But we will get to that later. Gotta say, this looks a little harder to see than it would be up here with this. I've been experimenting with different mods and such, so. Alright. There we go. So now this makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Cenarian Expedition. Huh. So, that's to the Steam Vault. That's to the Underbog, and then straight up ahead here, this is the Serpentshrine Cavern. Looks like someone else is here. But then again, I've been noticing a lot of other players have been going to these raids trying to solve them, so I'm not the only one doing this. Alright, in you go. So, there's actually a couple things I also want to point out. Or not necessarily point out, but just inform you about. For one thing, I want to let you guys know right now, we are not going to do the Battle for Mount Highjaw. I recently tried this out in preparation to see whether or not I would include it in this series of videos, and I was extremely disappointed. And I can understand now why I've heard a lot of people negatively talk about this raid. Even though it is kind of a stroll down memory lane, guess what? The raid is nothing but horde mode. It is go to Jaina's camp, face wave after wave after wave after wave of ads and trash, and then fight a boss. Rinse and repeat about 4 or 5 times. And it gets very annoying. In Jaina's camp, in Thrall's camp, and then you can go face Archimonde. And I was very irritated and annoyed by this. So we are not going to do the Battle for Mount Highjaw, as much as it would be kind of a nice stroll down memory lane. So we're just going to do this one, and then next up we're going to do the Eye, then the Black Temple, and then Sunmo Plateau. Just heads up. Also, in this raid there is a boss that requires something that I realized I hadn't really been focusing on, and the first time I was like, huh? And then I realized the idea was to have a big group of people doing this at the same time to increase your chances. There is a boss in this raid called the Lurker Below, and he's not a guaranteed appearance. The only way to get him to show up, you have to fish him. I kid you not, you have to use fishing to get him. You have to go to where he is on the map, and you have to use fishing in order to have a chance to get him to spawn. Yeah. So, I'm going to say this right now. Even though I already went, I just now went to a trainer, and I made sure that my fishing was trained at least up to Legion. But as you can see, I don't do any fishing. I'm running around doing quests and such. I don't have time to go somewhere and just fish. And it's one of those things where, you know, this has been kind of the case for me with professions. I've never really taken the time to work on them because, well, for one thing, I'm trying to catch up with lots of quests and things. I'm trying to catch up in terms of where everyone else is. But also, I'm not really sure, you know, like, when you have to pick and choose which ones to do, plus also what the benefits are and why I should bother putting time into them. This is why I needed someone to kind of help walk me through some of this stuff. So, a friend who's knowledgeable about this to actually walk me through why I should invest time into professions. But, hey, if we have to use fishing to get this one boss to show up, fine, let's do it. But I'm going to say this right now. We're not going to spend all day trying to fish for this boss. I'm going to try a few attempts, and if he doesn't show up after those few attempts, then we're just going to move on to the next boss. Okay? Alright, the first boss. Hydros, the Unstable. Basically a big water elemental. Ah!
I cannot allow you to intervene.
Well, we get something first. Ooh! Hello? Soulbound. Ooh, come on. Gosh, I hate this. You get things in a raid that are specific for another class, which you have, but you can't do anything about it. You can't be able to send this because it's soulbound to you, to this character. Ugh. Held an offhand. Huh. I don't know, maybe that's something my mage would have. Look at that, come on. Are you serious?
I can't use that.
Alright. So up next would be the lurker below. So as I said, we are only going to try this a few times. This is where he is supposed to be fished out. Strange pool. So, here we go. We're going to try this a few times. If he doesn't show up, we will move on. Oh, wait, hold on. I actually got this specifically for this purpose. For 10 minutes.
I can't use that.
What? Why?
I can't use that.
Are you kidding me? Did I have to buy a fishing pole as well? Oh my gosh, a waste of an inventory space. Gotta carry things in your bags to help with your professions. Don't like that. I know my bags are big, but still. Can't believe you have to fish a boss out of the water. I can imagine there were a lot of people that were very upset about this. Okay, one more time. We're gonna try this one more time. If he doesn't show up, we're moving on. Well, sorry. I would love to show this boss to you guys, but nope. For some reason, someone thought the idea of making everyone use their fishing to get him to appear was a good idea. Alright, let's see. The next boss is Leothoras the Blind. Looks like a Illidari, blood elf. Like myself. So much mobility. The double jump, the glide, the leap. Oh. Makes getting through these so much faster. There he is.
No! What have you done? I am the master. Do you hear me? I can't contain
Wrong.
him.
I am the master. Aha! That was the truth behind
I
this.
need a target.
Yo. Orca hide boots. Girdle of the invulnerable. Plate. Too bad I can't wear that. Alright, up next. Fathom Lord Krathus. Don't bother with trash. Okay, fine. Fine, I will do so. Ooh. Got some purples. From some trash. Let's see. Ha! There you go.
Lend me your strength.
Ha! Lend me your strength. Sextant of the unstable currents. Ooh. Ah. I am free, but the secret is now in peril. Akama must be warned. By the way, I actually refreshed my memory on what happened in Frozen Throne in the Blood Elf campaign, where you actually went to Outland with Kael'thas and Bosch, and you ran into Akama, who then helped Illidan and such take down Magtheridon. I actually forgot about all that stuff that happened in Warcraft 3 that ended up being relevant stuff here in Burning Crusade, which is, I guess, makes sense. Alright, here's the next boss. Morogrim Tidewalker.
Blood of the deep. Take you.
Silly Murlocs. Okay. Woo! Got a lot of stuff there. Let's see. You know what? Trinkets. Ooh. Tide Skipper. Oh, new pet. And he's a giant. He's a sea giant. Oh. Nice, nice, nice. Oh. Check off. There we go. I was like, I've been doing some stuff with my pets, as you can see. So I had a filter because I had a thing for undead pets. You know, it was like to boost it, but I didn't really have that many to use it on. So I still had that filter on there. Aquatic. Where is he? I want to add him into my favorites. I've been enjoying spending time. Besides, also, there's this event going on where you get 200% extra experience for your battle pets. So you can level them up even faster. Alright. And so, the last boss we have to face is, of course, the one and only Lady Vosh. Now, her encounter is very odd. And I imagine for those who love to, delve into all the mechanical aspects about raid bosses, I'm sure they found her boss fight to be very interesting. Huh. Another recipe. Alright, let's see. Gotta go this way and then across the bridge. I actually also didn't just choose my demon hunter here for the the relations to Vash and the Naga, but also because this boss fight does require me to have some mobility if I want to get through it a little faster than usual, compared to, well, other classes that are not very mobile. Raise the bridge. Lady Vash.
What is in Outland, a commodity that we alone shall control. We are the Highborn, and the time has come at last for us to retake our rightful place in the world.
You know, that's... After seeing the Warbringer special on Queen Ajara and learning more about the Naga, that's actually an interesting thing for her to say. Let's fight Vash. Ah, okay. Now here is where things get weird. So, she is now invulnerable. There's nothing I can do to damage her, unless I take these out. How do I take these out? Well, I need a tainted core. Where do I get a tainted core? Multiple of these elementals are going to just kind of walk out of the water. Well, every so often there's going to be one or so that spawns that has a tainted core. The issue is trying to wait for it and then quickly get to it and take it down so you can grab it and use it to take those down. By the way, as this is going on, the more those that get to her, the larger she's going to grow. I'm not kidding. The more those that get there, she absorbs and she starts to... Look at that. Look at how much she's growing already. Oh yeah, and there are some of these other... other enemies here, these trash enemies that come up to try and fight me. I never know where the one with the core is going to spawn, so then you have to quickly get over to it before it disappears, and then you have to wait for another to respawn, which takes who knows how long. Ah, there we go. That's how you can tell when you start seeing stuff flying. There's the one right there. That one right there, the tainted elemental. Alright, there we go. Alright, now that should be one down. There we go. Now she's just gonna keep hurling forked lightning at me, and she's just gonna keep growing larger and larger. I just have to be on the lookout for wherever it is, because it's gonna be hurling like green slime at me, and then I just have to quickly get over there and take it down to get the core and disable these. Soloing this, you know, it's not that bad once you actually know what you're supposed to do. The first time I was like, what am I supposed to do? She's getting so large. There it is.
I need to get closer.
Right, there we go.
Have a
Oh my
target.
goodness. Right. Now we can disable this. There we go. We have to wait for another to spawn. But she just kept getting larger, and I just kept going, what am I supposed to do? She's a giant. She's like as big as Godzilla is now. What do I do? And then I had to look at, and then I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm looking this up. And it was like, oh, so that's what I'm supposed to do. I can imagine, though, that with a group of 25, or heck, if we were to go back to the old days of vanilla, a group of 40 people, that it'd be like, you could have them kind of spread out. But then again, you're also getting regular, you know, normal damage and such. So I'd imagine they also had to keep fighting all this trash just to stay alive. Where is it? Oh, it's down here.
I'm out of range.
There we go. Got it. Tainted core. Alright, so 3 down. 3 down, 1 to go. Just 1 more. Come on. Where are you? I'm looking for that green slime flying in the air. There you are. Gotcha. All right. Now we finish.
I need a target.
I am sorry.
What? Did I never have that achievement before? But I know I did this before, didn't I? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure I got that achievement before. I'm very surprised it gave me that. Maybe it just gave me that for this character, but that doesn't really make much sense. Bunch of stuff I can't really use. Ah. Ah, Lady Vosh. You were such a relevant character in Warcraft 3, and now this is your fate. So that is Serpentshrine Cavern. Again, I'm really irritated and sorry that I can't show you guys the lurker below, but hey, it's not my fault that Blizzard decided, you know, let's make them have to fish for the boss to spawn. That'll be great. That'll give relevancy to fishing. I just find that whole idea silly. But hey, if you're, you know, if you liked it, good for you. But up next, we are going to be going to a raid that is actually kind of short if you just kind of, you know, just go straight forward pretty much. It's only got a few bosses, but oh my goodness, guys. It has my man, our favorite blood elf from Warcraft 3 and Heroes of the Storm, at least for me, Kael'thas Sunstrider, who many consider to be one of their absolute favorite raid boss encounters of all time, once he got fixed, since he actually was kind of buggy, and in fact today he is actually still a little buggy, sort of, but we'll see that next time. Stay tuned.